Okay, now we're live.
Okay. Right. Good afternoon to you, our viewers, readers, and listeners join us live here. We've got breaking news, and in the last 1.5 hours, the People's President Nelson Chamisa, his motorcade was violently stormed, attacked, and there is video footage and pictures here that are flashing on the screen. I believe that we can see them right now. And
yes, this is the car that was torn.
outside by something that looks like a rock or a stone, something that was thrown inside. And we're going to get also pictures here coming onto the screen so we see what happened there. If you are in the area in Masvingo, and to be precise, the area Charumbira, do join in and let us know and help us to identify these people who are behind this attack. And briefly here, we're joined by the MDC Alliance chairperson for North America, Chief Sose, tuning in live here. Chief, what happened here? Chief, what happened here?
Simba, these are very disturbing scenes and acts of violence by ZANU PF youth. As you know, President Chamisa was visiting Masvingo to meet stakeholders there, and he was in the Charumbira area. And I'm told that the roads, as he was approaching, were barricaded by logs, stones, and rowdy ZANU PF youth came flooding, attacking the president's motorcade using stones and logs. Simba, this is very disturbing because we had Douglas Monzora in Masvingo recently, and he wasn't attacked. But we are seeing here President Chamisa's car, President Chamisa's motorcade being attacked, being targeted by ZANU PF youth. I think Simba,
I was saying, do we know the extent of the damage?
We don't know yet, but we have obtained an audio from someone who is on the ground. One of our reporters is on the ground, and we are going to play that audio and get the little that we can from there. But we are continuing to talk to the people that are there on the ground so that we can establish the exact extent of the damage. And of course, it's at this time we can safely say President Chamisa is safe. But as you can see, there's been extensive damage on the car, on his motorcade.
Right, and those are tuned in here via all our portals, including Twitter Spaces. If you are in Masvingo in the Charumbira area and you would like to notify us of any people that you identify who are behind this attack, please do tune in. And we are opening the lines here for people who know or can identify the individuals behind this violent attack. And not commentary, but literally those who have evidence that they can show, or at least names and details that can help to trace these individuals. Quickly, Chief, how many cars have been stormed? I think we've got a static image on the screen there. Admin, please help to be changing. Yes. How many vehicles have been stormed like this?
Yeah, quite a number of vehicles have been stormed. And I would like us at this moment to play the audio. If you can play the audio from someone who is on the ground, who is traveling with the president so that we can hear what he is seeing and what is happening right now. But we'll keep in touch with him so that he can keep
This alliance
updating us.
President Advocate Nelson Chamisa was today violently attacked by over 200 rogue ZANU PF members in Masvingo Province. The President Advocate Nelson Chamisa's convoy and advance team on their way to meet community leaders in Charumbira, Masvingo Province, were attacked by ZANU PF youth members. Their cars were stoned, roads were barricaded with burning logs, and assaulted members of our team who have now been hospitalized. Cars were seen ferrying the rented crowd and coordinating the attacks as violent thugs held up printed posters. My name is Setongi, reporting from Masvingo, Harare, Zimbabwe.
So,
Wow.
okay. Do we have human casualties?
Simba,
Yes.
I lost you for a minute.
Yes. Do we have human casualties?
Yes, as you heard the Tongi saying that some have already been hospitalized. These people, Simba, meant business. These were not people that were just intimidating people. There were people that were hired to kill, people that were hired to inflict, maximum damage, not only to the vehicles, but also to the human beings that were there. As you heard Tongi saying, hired crowd. It's a hired crowd that was actually being directed by people that were in vehicles, obviously ZANU PF senior officials. So this was something that was premeditated, something that was planned, and the youth obviously hired to attack the person of President Chamisa, his motorcade, and the people that he was traveling with.
Do we know those the perpetrators, the people who were traveling with the cars? Can we identify some? Are there names that have been?
There is a comment on Facebook which from Membera Give More, which says Chief Charumbira is one who caused all these problems. It's just a comment, so I cannot.
Right, that's the comment here, but we need specifics here. And if we can get them right now, then we are in a good place. We have someone who's just joined in via Twitter Spaces here. And this is Wema Shingo. Wema Shingo, do you want to say something? I've just added you quickly. Wema Shingo, try to come in again. Right. Wema Shingo, did you want to tell us here? We are giving the floor only for people who say they were eyewitnesses, people who saw or who can give evidence leading to the identifying of the individuals behind this attack, or who might have knowledge that should help us to know what on earth took place here. Right. Right. Where are we on comments here?
Yeah, there's one. I am flashing the comments on screen if you would like to read them.
Sarah is saying Monzora Muzanu Ziripachena.
Yeah. How is the president himself? Was his actual car attacked?
I want to believe that's his car that we are seeing there.
Are you sure? Can you show that video again so that we are sure of which one it is?
Because these people were targeting President Chamisa. They were obviously going after President Chamisa's life. You know, you don't throw stones at cars like that if you didn't mean to seriously harm someone. And Simba, I would like to, think that the police should be busy right now the job that you are doing of trying to identify the people that did all this should be and must be done by the police. And we need to get a comment from the police inspector or the authorities in Masvingo, so that we can get to the bottom of this case. We can't have people willy-nilly attacking citizens like this and getting away with it. The people attacked the president's motorcade in broad daylight, and they are on camera. The pictures are there. So it shouldn't be a problem really in arresting them and making sure that these culprits are brought to book, because the evidence is there.
Right. Quickly, Chief, do we have someone who we can connect to here on the ground? I'm hoping here, if we can have one or two. Let me see if I can get a journalist here who is on the ground so we can get updates. Would you like to play that audio again, please?
The audio or the video?
The audio, both. Just start with the audio.
Okay.
And then quickly play the video
MDC
afterwards.
Alliance President Advocate Nelson Chamisa was today violently attacked by over 200 rogue ZANU PF members in Masvingo Province. The President Advocate Nelson Chamisa's convoy and advance team on their way to meet community leaders in Charumbira, Masvingo Province, were attacked by ZANU PF youth members. Their cars were stoned, roads were barricaded with burning logs, and assaulted members of our team who have now been hospitalized. Cars were seen ferrying the rendered crowd and coordinating the attacks as violent thugs held up printed posters. My name is Tongi, reporting from Masvingo, Harare, Zimbabwe.
Yes, this is the car that was gone.
Well, those are the cars there. As you can see, it's not only one. I managed to identify 3 cars that have been stoned, which means that these people really meant business. They were going for the kill. They really wanted to harm the person, obviously President Chamisa, and the people that he was traveling with. And it's shocking in this day and age, where we have the so-called president of Zimbabwe, Mr. Mnangagwa, who has said that he belongs to a new dispensation. There's no new dispensation that does this. We didn't see this all along. Now, in his new dispensation, so-called new dispensation, we are seeing people being killed, gunned down in the streets in broad daylight. We are seeing President Chamisa being attacked in broad daylight while he's going about his business as a leader of the people. Anyone should be allowed to freely move in Zimbabwe without being hindered, So this is really shocking, very shocking.
Right. So he's okay.
Yes, he is.
Asking there, is he okay? Is the president okay?
Yes, but as you heard, Simba, there are some people that have already been hospitalized.
Okay.
Yes.
Right. Please go ahead on that.
It was there on the audio. You didn't hear that? Tongi actually mentioned that on the audio that some people have been hospitalized.
But can we get clearer details on that? I'm talking about here. What those people, who they are. I'm talking about their proximity to the president, so it can be assessed. How safe the president is, even though nothing happened to him physically.
Yeah, Estelle, I don't know if you can get a hold of Tongi.
Say Tongi. Let me try.
Because Tongi, the one who is giving us these reports, is right on the ground with the president. So we should be able to get more accurate information there. But Simba, what do you make of this? I mean, President Chamisa
Well,
being attacked in broad
I'm
daylight.
seeing some parallels. I want to say I'm seeing some weird, very, very weird parallels here between Zimbabwe and Zambia. Of course, we could never really say that Zimbabwe is like Zambia, but I remember just a few months ago, 2 months ago, in fact, it was Hichilema who was being attacked like this. He was being stopped from passing through a city,
Simba,
and
excuse me.
all sorts of harassments around against him.
Simba, I
Yes.
think we have someone on the line.
Okay, thank you.
Sir Tongi. Sir Tongi, hello.
Yeah, the area that he is has very poor network.
Okay.
I know that area.
All right. I can barely hear him. Donna. I can keep trying.
Yeah, keep trying. Simba, you can go ahead. You were saying something very important about Zambia, the parallels between Zambia. Simba is still there?
Yes, I am here. Can you hear me now? So I
Yeah,
was
we can.
saying that I'm seeing some parallels here between these two countries. And it was just 2-3 months ago, it was Hichilema who was being stormed like this. And yeah, so many, he was being even being stopped from passing through certain cities or towns. And we're seeing videos of the dramatic harassment against him. And yeah, of course, we could we really say that Zimbabwe is heading the way of Zambia, or this is just Chief, in your view?
I mean, in terms of violence, I mean, yes, we can say that because we almost saw something like that in Zambia. But in terms of where Zambia is now, yes, we can still say that because I know the people of Zimbabwe are very, very convicted. The people of Zimbabwe want change. Everyone you talk to, everyone is now just prepared to make sure that Emmerson Mnangagwa goes away, because everyone is convinced that nothing new, no change is going to come with ZANU PF, and certainly no change will come with Emmerson Mnangagwa at the helm.
Well, here we are. Chief, yes, I'm here.
I got Sir Tongi. He said he's going to give the phone to Comrade Ostalos Sisiba.
Okay, wonderful.
Yes. So there we go.
Yes, Comrade Ostalos, thank you very much for joining us.
Yes. Thank you very much.
And the question that people are asking is our president, is the people's president safe? And then you can go ahead and give us details of what happened.
Thank you very much. I can confirm that the president is safe. There's been an attempt on the life of the president by ZANU PF militia in Masvingo. We had attended the program under our Citizens Convention for Change, where we're meeting stakeholders of the democratic alternative here in Masvingo. We had our first successful meeting, and we just had a decoy to go and pass our condolences to one of our comrades who is mourning the loss of his relative. And on our way, we then realized that our advanced cars was being attacked. And when we approached, also there were people, more than 200 violent and vicious young people who were charging towards the presidential motorcade and chanting slogans, ZANU PF slogans, and denouncing the president. And we tried to obviously clear the way to exercise our constitutional guaranteed right of freedom of movement, because we are not a banned political organization. We are a constitutional party, a democratic party, fully registered at law in this country, and contesting for political office in 2023. So we saw that try and deter citizens, but also to try and get the president out of the presidential race because of a guaranteed and an inevitable democratic breakthrough in the next election. So yes, the president is safe, but there has been a serious threat and attempt on his life. You saw the pictures that I took, that the president's car, where he was seated directly, was attacked by men and women in who were carrying machetes and armed with stones and other tools of violence.
Simba.
So you're saying there, where the president was sat is where the vehicle was attacked.
Of course, the first attempt was on the advanced vehicle. The second attempt on the car that the presidential convoy, the car that is immediately before that of the principal, and then directly to the car where the president was seated. So this was clearly an operation that was planned, organized by very armed and financed regime elements with a clear objective to attack the person of the president.
Could I get that once again? The first attempt was on the advanced vehicle. The second one was on?
Yes.
Please repeat that. Was on the president's vehicle.
Yes.
Sorry?
The first attempt was on the advanced car. The second attempt was on the car that is immediately just before that of the president.
Right. And then
the president.
And then what about the president's car itself?
Sorry?
Was the president's car attacked?
Of course, the pictures that I said, that is the car that is carrying the president. Where to them,
right. Could you please have the president's car on the screen, please?
But the car that was carrying the president was directly attacked. Clearly indicating that these people were deliberately planning to attack and harm the president.
Right. So could you please describe the damages? Are you able to, before you drop, just describe the damage on President Chamisa's vehicle? And I'm hoping that we've got them. Do we have the president's car on the screen?
We do have a car which is cream.
Yes, Simba, it's on the screen right now.
Oh, it's on the screen. So that's the president's car. So yeah, Honorable Stalos, can you please describe? Yes.
Attempt, and these people were following and chanting slogan and throwing stones towards the presidential motorcade.
Right. So they were following and throwing stones. Yes, sir. Please go ahead.
So this is a clear attempt on the life of the president. It's a clear act of a regime planned assassination of the president. Because how can ordinary people, if these are people who are exercising their freedom of speech to express themselves as ZANU, why would you then attack the vehicle of the president? So this is a clear sign where people, they were chanting slogans. We saw this happening with Joshua Nkomo during a period just before Gukuraundi, and we are seeing history repeating itself.
Right. So lastly, sir, is the president okay himself physically? You're on the ground. Explain to us, please.
The president is safe. We've taken the president in place of safety. He's been secured, but the regime in Harare is doing every tact and method to try and harm the president. It's a gear of violence. The regime knows of a possible electoral defeat, and the only thing they are trying to do now is to attack the leader of the alternative. So we remain clear in terms of the strategic direction and vision. We are going to continue with our program, the democratic movement, because we've got the task to liberate and lead our people towards a democratic breakthrough. And there is no struggle without bruises. This is what happened even to the liberation fighters under the Smith regime. This is what is happening to the democratic movement. But it's a clear sign that we are closer towards a democratic breakthrough. That's why the regime is unleashing its last tool on the shelf, which is violence. So our people must remain focused and undeterred, because we are very clear that ZANU PF, by his attempt and shenanigans around violence, is creating fertile grounds for instability.
As you go out, sir, let me ask you about the condition of those we understand have been hospitalized. We understand that there are people who have been hospitalized. Please let us know how many they are, who they are, and also what the condition of their injuries is.
Our comrades who are in close protection, who tried to seek conversation with these people, were directly attacked, were beaten, so they've been hospitalized. And we're going to ascertain everyone in terms of the injuries and the extent that happened, because some of the cars had to then quickly ferry them to the nearest private place for them to seek medical attention. So once we've ascertained how many people and the extent of the injuries, we're going to communicate with members of the fourth estate.
I think I'm done, sir. I would like maybe to have people who are tuned into the stream would like to ask you questions, and we'll just accommodate 2 questions only, and then we'll let you go, sir. Let me see if we've got, and what would you like, Comrade Ostalos, would you like to connect with people on the ground who could help us to identify these individuals? Or you have already established who they are, what they were on about, and the like? I think I've lost him.
Oh, yes, he's dropped.
Oh,
He's dropped.
Sad.
Yes.
Okay, right. Okay, I think I'm done. I'm done now, and we're streaming. We're also on Twitter Spaces right now, and we've got people here watching on Twitter Spaces. 135 people watching on Twitter Spaces. But quickly, I am done, and I wanted to give the floor to those who are on the ground in Masvingo and around the area who know the plan here. Vangatiudza mu nharaunda yekuMasvingo kuti ndiyo anani varonga chiitiko ichichi chekuataka vaChamisa. So tanga tavhura pana paSpaces kuti vamwe vataure. Tina Jairus na Vanguard as well. Jairus, do you have details that can help us to identify vanhu ava, or muri kuda kungoita ma-comments chete? Okay, you're quiet. Vanguard? Okay. Okay, Jairus, do you have information that could help us? Would you like to get to help, or you just want to pass a comment?
Hello.
Yes, we can hear you.
Hello.
We can hear you.
Hello.
We can hear you.
Are you hearing me?
We can hear you. Okay, right. My apologies. We lost him there. We couldn't hear him. Right. I think I'm done, Chief. And thank you very much, our viewers, witnesses. This was a brief one on this, and we'll be back shortly to cover on what happened to the president.
Yeah, Simba, just my last words. I think people are seeing it for themselves when we say that we have a dangerous regime. Emmerson Mnangagwa is dangerous not only to the people of Zimbabwe, but to the entire world. You know, if sending people to attack and try and assassinate President Chamisa even now, 2 years before an election. What more when we are in the actual election season? It's going to be very bad. It's going to be very dangerous. And I think the world should take note of what is happening in Zimbabwe. The region should take note
Chief.
of what is happening in Zimbabwe right now. We should not take things like this lightly.
Okay, Chief.
The next thing, someone is going to be dead. And
Chief, just hold on. Can you hear me?
Ourselves to blame. The region
Yeah,
will have
Chief.
itself to blame. The
Okay,
world
Chief.
will have itself to blame.
Chief, can you hear me?
Yes.
Right. We've got a journalist here who's also on the ground in Masvingo. Yeah, please tell us what do you have, sir? We're live right now. Okay, you're quiet. Sorry. Hello. Sorry, you've gone quiet.
Yeah. What happened is President Chamisa intended to go to Charumbira area to pay his condolences to the Mutema family following the death of Mr. Mutema, a very strong member of the movement for democratic change. But as he was proceeding to the homestead, his motorcade was blocked by visibly drunk ZANU PF youths who stormed the motorcade, and his personal vehicle was damaged. Its wind is shattered. And then
do we know who's behind this? Have we established who exactly was behind this?
Not exactly, but police details are trailing his motorcade. Wherever he is intending to address meetings, they are blocking people from attending the meetings. So I was saying several of his personal aides were injured in the scuffle. Some are bleeding, and some are limping, and some sustained cuts on several parts of their bodies.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so we witnessed what we call hooliganism at its worst, as they say.
Wow. No, thank you.
Yes.
Oh, thank you very much.
So,
my phone is running out of battery. But thank you very much for this.
Okay.
Once we have new details, would you please do update us, yeah?
Yeah, sure. We'll definitely do that. We'll do that.
Oh, thank you, sir.
Simba,
Yes, Chief.
Simba, I think we need to correct this. This is not hooliganism. This is terrorism. This is domestic terrorism. This was an attempt on the life of the president, so it cannot be hooliganism. Estella, you were saying something. Did you get in touch with someone?
there is a comment which needs to be addressed by either you or Simba. And so if he is not able to protect himself, how is he going to protect our votes?
Now, I think that is a very, very shallow comment, and I don't think I will respond to that. I'm not a politician, but Munashe, I won't respond to you. I'm sorry. I think just remove that comment, please. Let's move to another.
No, Munashe needs to understand that his vote cannot be protected by one individual.
I think let's just ignore that comment, please. Let's just ignore it.
Munashe's duty to make sure that he defends his
No,
vote.
yeah, I think Estelle, I think let's just ignore that, please. Just move to next a real comment. Yeah.
Okay.
Please also note in the future, I think let's just avoid people like him. And I mean that. I mean that brutally.
But people need to be addressed and corrected. Their mentality needs to be changed. If we are to
but you see, it's just an ignorant comment. My point is, it's just, and it's deliberate ignorance as well. I mean, if something, a situation of violence, violence happens everywhere.
Well,
It
people
happens
have
everywhere,
different
and
levels of understanding, and we can help them to look at things from a better perspective and approach.
right, right.
And
Okay, Martin Joseph says, do you think something will come up from the police when the police work under instructions? The people who have been hired are on video. If at all the police are active, they will identify the person who sent them. Right. Okay. I think we will notify you that there are some people in the police force who are professional. And as they say in Shona, Rinamanyanga reputiru. So Grace Nyoni says, stop wasting time reporting to the police. They won't help. Instead, they are happy and they know about this before it happened. What you need to know, Grace Nyoni, is that we do have some police officers who are professionals, and they're there, who are really professional. In the same way as there are soldiers, there are people who are in the military who are very, very professional. And I know numerous, not one, not two. I mean, scores. And yeah, what I can tell you is, in terms of procedure, it's important for that to be done as a procedure.
Yes, that's
Yeah.
very true.
So
That's
yeah,
very true.
Chief, I think we're gonna need to round up here, and we'll be back ASAP. Yeah.
Yes, we'll keep talking to the people on the ground, and we'll keep the people updated as to the situation obtaining. But the good news as we sign off is that President Chamisa is safe, and you know, unfortunately, of course, there are people that have been injured. His aides, the people around him, have all been brutally attacked. And as you heard, some are bleeding as we are speaking, and they are in hospital. We'll keep you updated on their progress. And Zimbabweans, I think this is very unfortunate. I think we now know where we are.
Chief, well, whilst we are waiting for Chief to come out, I will just read a few comments. Nyasha Mutungwazi says, is advocate okay? Nyasha reports that we have received from people who are on the ground saying Advocate Nelson Chamisa is okay, he's in a safe place, but some people who are with him have been harmed and a number of vehicles have been damaged. Chief, are you back?
Yes, thank you very much, Estella, for that. Yes, but yeah, as we said, we'll keep you updated. We'll keep talking to the people on the ground. The network in the Charumbira area is very bad, but we managed to get some people, including the Deputy Communications Secretary, Comrade Ostalos, to speak, and also our communications officer who is on the ground, Tongi, who reported live from the scene. So we'll keep talking to them and we'll keep updating you.
Yes, and maybe for the benefit of those who came in late, I could play the audio again from Sir Tongi.
Yes, as we finish. Yes, that would be good.
DC Alliance President Advocate Nelson Chamisa was today violently attacked by over 200 rogue ZANU PF members in Masvingo Province. The President, Advocate Nelson Chamisa's convoy and advance team on their way to meet community leaders in Charumbira, Masvingo Province, were attacked by ZANU PF youth members. Their cars were stoned, roads were barricaded with burning logs, and assaulted members of our team who have now been hospitalized. Cars were seen ferrying the rented ground and coordinating the attacks as violent thugs held up printed posters. My name is Se Tongi, reporting from Masvingo, Harare, Zimbabwe.
Well, Zimbabweans, I think you have heard for yourself what's going on in the ground, in Charumbira area in Masvingo. As you can hear there, the violence was premeditated. The violence was planned, and it was organized by ZANU PF people. ZANU PF officials could be seen driving around, giving instructions to the visibly drunk youth that were there, that ended up attacking President Chamisa's cars and himself. You also heard from Comrade Ostalos that his vehicle was attacked. As you can see there, that vehicle that you're seeing on the screen, it's President Chamisa's vehicle, and those were stones and logs that were being thrown in. Do you think those people were throwing them in so that they could massage President Chamisa? No, definitely not. They were meant to kill. They were meant to damage. They were meant to harm. And this, we should continue to talk about it. This is an attempt, a clear attempt on President Chamisa's life, and it's unacceptable.
Thank you, viewers and listeners, for tuning in and for staying with us. As Chief and Simba promised, we will be back with updates on this story. In the meantime, stay safe.